rolling? Okay. Yeah, we got to get this over with. I got a date tonight. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, she's a really cute sweat sock I met down at the gym. She's great. Got stains in all the right places. You know what I mean? Anyway, we rolling? Yeah? Okay. All right, let's get this show on the road. 3. Russian hacking and dumping operations. Beginning in March 2016, units of the Russian Federation's main intelligence directorate of the General Staff, the GRU, hacked the computers and email accounts of organizations, employees, and volunteers supporting the Clinton campaign, including the email account of campaign chairman John Podesta. Starting in April 2016, the GRU hacked into the computer networks of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, DCCC, and the Democratic National Committee, DNC. The GRU targeted hundreds of email accounts used by Clinton campaign employees and advisors and volunteers. In total, the GRU stole hundreds of thousands of documents from the compromised email accounts and networks. The GRU later released the stolen Clinton campaign and DNC documents through the online persona DC Leaks and Guccifer 2.0, and later through the organization WikiLeaks. The release of the documents was designed in time to interfere with the 2016 U.S. presidential election and undermine the Clinton campaign. The Trump campaign showed interest in the WikiLeaks releases in the summer and fall of 2016. WikiLeaks' first Clinton-related release, the Trump campaign stayed in contact about WikiLeaks activities. The investigation was unable to resolve WikiLeaks' release of the stolen Podesta emails on October 7, 2016, the same day a video from years earlier was published of Trump using graphic language about women. A. GRU hacking directed at the Clinton campaign. 1. GRU units target the Clinton campaign. 2 military units of the GRU carried out the computer intrusions into the Clinton campaign, DNC, and DCCC. Military units 26165 and 74455. Military Unit 26165 is a GRU cyber unit dedicated to targeting military, political, governmental, and non-governmental organizations outside of Russia, including in the United States. The unit was subdivided into departments with different specialties. One department, for example, developed specialized malicious software, malware, while another department conducted large-scale spear phishing campaigns. A Bitcoin mining operation too. I bet to pay for the thing. Yeah, that's it. Got some footnotes here. Hello. To secure bitcoins to purchase computer infrastructure used in hacking operations. I mean, those bitcoins come in handy for something. Military Unit 74455 is a related GRU unit with multiple departments that engage in cipher operations. Unit 74455 assisted in the release of documents stolen by Unit 26165, the promotion of those releases, and the publication of anti-Clinton content on social media accounts operated by the GRU. Officers from Unit 74455 separately hacked computers belonging to the state boards of elections, secretaries of state, and U.S. companies that supplied software and other technologies related to the administration of U.S. elections. Beginning in mid-March 2016, Unit 26165 had primary responsibility for hacking the DCCC and DNC, as well as email accounts of individuals affiliated with the Clinton campaign. Unit 26165 used IT to learn about investigative techniques. Different Democratic websites, including Democrats.org, HillaryClinton.com, DNC.org, and DCCC.org. began before the GRU had obtained any credentials or gained access to these networks, indicating that the later DCCC and DNC intrusions were not crimes of opportunity, but rather the result of targeting. GRU officers also sent hundreds of spear phishing emails with the work and personal email accounts of Clinton campaign employees and volunteers. Between March 10, 2016 and March 15, 2016, Unit 26165 appears to have sent approximately 90 spear phishing emails to email accounts at hillaryclinton.com. Starting on March 15, 2016, the GRU began targeting Google email accounts used by the Clinton campaign employees, along with a smaller number of DNC.org email accounts. The GRU spear phishing operation enabled it to gain access to numerous email accounts of Clinton campaign employees and volunteers, including the campaign chairman John Podesta, junior volunteers assigned to the Clinton campaign's advance team, informal Clinton campaign advisors, and a DNC employee. GRU officers stole tens of thousands of emails from the spear phishing victims, including various Clinton campaign-related communications. Those Russians were busy. Can't wait to see what happens next. Said I can't wait to see what happens next. Oh, intrusions into the DCCC and DNC networks. A. Initial access. By no later than April 12, 2016, the GRU had access to the DCCC computer network using the credentials stolen from a DCCC employee who had successfully spear phished the week before. Over the ensuing weeks, the GRU traversed the network, identifying different computers connected to the DCCC network. By stealing the network access credentials along the way, including those of IT administrators with unrestricted access to the system, the GRU compromised approximately 29 different computers on the DCCC network. Approximately 6 days after the first hacking into the DCCC network on April 18, 2016, GRU officers gained access to the DNC network via a virtual private network VPN connection between the DCCC and DNC networks. Between April 18, 2016 and June 8, 2016, Unit 26165 compromised more than 30 computers on the DNC network, including the DNC mail server and shared file server. Implantation of malware on DCCC and DNC networks. Unit 26165 implemented on the DCCC and DNC networks two types of customized malware known as X-Agent and X-Tunnel. Mimikatz, a credential harvesting tool, and rar.exe, a tool used in these intrusions to compile and compress materials for exfiltration. X-Agent was a multifunction hacking tool that allowed Unit 26165 to log keystrokes, take screenshots, and gather other data about the infected computers, e.g. file directories operating system. X-Tunnel was a hacking tool that created an encrypted connection between the victim DCCC DNC computers and the GRU-controlled computers outside the DCCC and DNC networks that was capable of large-scale data transfers. GRU officers then used the X-Tunnel to exfiltrate stolen data from the victim computers. Wow. Basically, I got hacked. Bad. This is kind of scary, this stuff. What if I got my emails from my little sweat sock? Operate X-Agent and X-Tunnel in the DCCC and DNC networks. Unit 26165 officers set up a group of computers outside those networks to communicate with the implanted malware. The first set of GRU-controlled computers, known by the GRU as middle servers, sent and received messages to and from malware on the DNC DCCC networks. The middle servers, in turn, relayed messages to a second set of GRU-controlled computers labeled internally by the GRU as an AMS panel. The AMS panel served as a nerve center through which GRU officers monitored and directed the malware separations on the DNC DCCC networks. The AMS panel, used to control X-Agent during the DCCC and DNC intrusions, was housed on a leased computer located near Arizona? Oh. That's kind of clever. Put it right there in Arizona. That's boring. Can you speed this up a little bit? I don't know what these investigative techniques are, but whatever they are, we don't know what they are. That's right. There's a lot to learn here. But we're not going to learn it. Nice to know the hosting companies made some dough. Somebody had to come out on top in this thing besides, whoever did. Can't wait to see what happens next. Said, the Arizona AMS panel also stored thousands of files containing keylogging sessions captured through X-Agent. These sessions were captured as GRU officers monitored DCCC and DNC employees' work on infected computers regularly between April 2016 and June 2016. Data captured in these keylogging sessions included passwords, internal communications between employees, banking information, and sensitive personal information. Theft of documents from DNC and DCCC networks. Officers from Unit 26165 stole thousands of documents from the DCCC and DNC networks, including significant amounts of data pertaining to the 2016 U.S. federal elections. Stolen documents included internal strategy documents, fundraising data, opposition research, and emails from the work inboxes of DNC employees. The GRU began stealing DCCC data shortly after it gained access to the network. On April 14, 2016, approximately 3 days after the initial intrusion, GRU officers downloaded var.exe onto the DCCC's document server. The following day, the GRU searched one compromised DCCC computer for files containing search terms that included Hillary, DNC, Cruz, and Trump. On April 25, 2016, the GRU collected and compressed PDF and Microsoft documents from folders on the DCCC's shared file server that pertained to the 2016 election. The GRU appears to have compressed and exfiltrated over 70 gigabytes of data from this file server. GRU also stole documents from the DNC network shortly after gaining access. On April 22, 2016, the GRU copied files from DNC network to GRU-controlled computers. Stolen documents included the DNC's opposition research into candidate Trump. Between approximately May 25, 2016 and June 1, 2016, GRU officers accessed the DNC's mail server from a GRU-controlled computer leased inside the United States. During these connections, wow, a lot of investigative technique going on here. During these connections, Unit 26165 officers appear to have stolen thousands of emails and attachments, which were later released by WikiLeaks in July 2016. Ugh. That's it.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
Okay. We rolling? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready here. Everything looks good. Everything's good. All right. Time for your bedtime stories. Are we rolling? Okay. Okay, here we go. B. Dissemination of the hacked materials. The GRU's operation extended beyond stealing materials and included releasing documents stolen from the Clinton campaign and its supporters. The GRU carried out the anonymous release through two fictitious online personas that it created, DC Leaks and Guccifer 2.0, later through the organization WikiLeaks. 1. DC Leaks. The GRU began planning the releases at least as early as April 19, 2016, when Unit 26165 registered the domain dcleaks.com through a service that anonymized the registrant. Unit 26165 paid for the registration using a pool of Bitcoin that it had mined. The dcleaks.com landing page pointed to different tranches of stolen documents arranged by victim or subject matter. Other DC Leaks pages contained indexes of the stolen emails that were being released, bearing the sender, recipient, and date of the email. To control access and timing of the releases, pages were sometimes password protected for a period of time and later made unrestricted to the public. Starting in June 2016, the GRU posted stolen documents onto the website dcleaks.com, including documents stolen from a number of individuals associated with the Clinton campaign. These documents appeared to have originated from personal email accounts, in particular Google and Microsoft accounts, rather than the DNC and DCCC computer networks. DC Leaks victims included an advisor to the Clinton campaign, a former DNC employee and Clinton campaign employee, and 4 other campaign volunteers. The GRU released through dcleaks.com thousands of documents, including personal identifying and financial information, internal correspondence relating to the Clinton campaign, and prior political jobs and fundraising files and information. They were busy. Remember, I don't do footnotes. We've talked about this, but I'm kind of interested in what they got. Got a lot of personal stuff. Now, let's see what we got next. I'm very patient these days. I've been, taking public therapy. It's been good. It's been good. I feel like my therapist is like a brother to me. I mean, he's not really my brother, but we're kind of cut from the same cloth, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get going here. GRU officers operated a Facebook page under the DC Leaks moniker, which they primarily used to promote releases of materials. The Facebook page was administered through a small number of pre-existing GRU-controlled Facebook accounts. GRU officers also used the DC Leaks Facebook account, the Twitter account @DCLeaks, and the email account dcleaksproject@gmail.com to communicate privately with reporters and other U.S. persons. The GRU officers using the DC Leaks persona gave certain reporters early access to archives of leaked files by sending them links and passwords to pages on the dclinks.com website that had not yet become public. For example, on July 14, 2016, GRU officers operating under the DC Leaks persona sent a link and password to a non-public DC Leaks webpage to a U.S. reporter via Facebook account. Similarly, on September 14, 2016, GRU officers sent reporters Twitter direct messages from @DCLeaks with a password to another non-public part of the dcleaks.com website. The dcleaks.com website remained operational and public until March 2017. 2. Guccifer 2.0. On June 14, 2016, the DNC and its cyber response team announced the breach of the DNC network and suspected theft of DNC documents. In the statements, the cyber response team alleged that the Russian state promoted state. Hang on. In the statements, the cyber response team alleged that the Russian state-sponsored actors, which they referred to as Fancy Bear, were responsible for the breach. Apparently, in response to that announcement on June 15, 2016, to the launch of that WordPress blog. Oh no. Apparently, in response to that announcement on June 15, 2016, GRU officers using the persona Guccifer 2.0 created a WordPress blog. In the hours leading up to the launch of that WordPress blog, GRU officers logged into a Moscow-based server used and managed by Unit 74455 and searched for a number of specific words and phrases in English, including some 100 sheets, Illuminati, and worldwide known. Apparently, 2 hours after the last of those searches, Guccifer 2.0 published its first post, attributing the DNC server back to a lone Romanian hacker and using several of the unique English words and phrases that the GRU officers had searched for that day. Well, that paragraph was a bit of a tongue twister for me. But now we know about Fancy Bear. Can you move that along a little bit? Could help, it's so hard to find. That same day, June 15, 2016, the GRU also used the Guccifer 2.0 WordPress blog to begin releasing to the public documents stolen from the DNC and DCCC computer networks. The Guccifer 2.0 persona immediately released thousands of documents stolen from the DNC and DCCC in a series of blog posts between June 15, 2016 and October 18, 2016. Released documents included opposition research performed by the DNC, including a memorandum analyzing potential criticisms of candidate Trump, internal policy documents, such as recommendations on how to address politically sensitive issues, analysis of specific congressional races, and fundraising documents. Releases were organized around thematic issues, such as specific states, e.g. Florida and Pennsylvania, that were perceived as competitive in the 2016 U.S. election. Beginning in late June 2016, the GRU also used Guccifer 2.0 persona to release documents directly to reporters and other interested individuals. Specifically, on June 27, 2016, Guccifer 2.0 sent an email to the news outlet The Smoking Gun offering to provide exclusive access to leaked emails linked to Hillary Clinton's staff. The GRU later sent the reporter a password and link to a locked portion of the DCLeaks.com website that contained an archive of emails stolen by Unit 26165 from a Clinton campaign volunteer in March 2016. That tends to indicate that both personas were operated by the same or a closely related group of people. The GRU continued its release efforts through Guccifer 2.0 into August 2016. For example, on August 15, 2016, the Guccifer 2.0 persona sent a candidate for the U.S. Congress documents related to the candidate's opponent. On August 22, 2016, the Guccifer 2.0 persona transferred approximately 2.5 gigabytes of Florida-related data stolen from the DCCC to U.S. blogger covering Florida politics. On August 22, 2016, the Guccifer, I'm losing it here, the Guccifer did something. I can't see it. Can I see it over here? Where is it? The Guccifer 2.0 personas and a U.S. reported documents stolen from the DCCC pertaining to the Black Lives Matter movement. So, sorry, but this thing getting hard to read. And it's not moving over here. Oops. Well, we've had yet another technical difficulty. And yet again, we're not going to fix it. That's right. We're just going to pretend it never happened. So, make that even worse, everybody in charge of this has lost their place. So, we're just going to have to hang on while we figure out what the heck is going on here. You guys got it straight over there? They don't have it straight. They don't have it straight at all. You know, I don't have time for this. I got stuff to do. I'm a busy puppet. We're getting ourselves I think we're at a point now where we can do this. We apologize for any technical details that you might have missed because we forgot to scroll the page. Well, that's nice. Oh. That's not all. Oh. Well, that's beautiful. Look at that. Oh. That's nice. That's not so nice. But that's what they're paying us for. They are paying us, right? I mean, I haven't got my check. Still a little worried about that. But we're going to pick this up. I'm going to do a professional, high quality job here. Okay. We're on page 43 of a 448 page report. If that's not depressing, then I'll keep going. Sometimes my jaw locks up. It's a lot of reading for me. GRU was also in contact through the Guccifer 2.0 persona with a homie? No, a harm to ongoing matter. A former Trump campaign member. Gee. Wouldn't be a guy named Stone, would it? In early August 2016, Twitter's suspension of the Guccifer 2.0 account afterwards reinstated. GRU officers posing as Guccifer 2.0 wrote homie, we're just going to call him homie, via private message, thank you for writing back. Do you find anything interesting in the docs I posted? On August 17, 2016, the GRU added, please tell me if I can help you anyhow. It would be a great pleasure to me. On September 9, 2016, the GRU, again posing as Guccifer 2.0, referred to a stolen DCCC document posted online and asked Homie, what do you think of the info on the turnout model for the Democrats' entire presidential campaign? Homie responded, pretty standard. The investigation did not identify evidence of other communications between Homie and Guccifer 2.0. 3. Use of WikiLeaks. In order to expand its interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, the GRU units transferred many of the documents they stole from the DNC and the chairman of the Clinton campaign to WikiLeaks. GRU officers used both the DC Leaks and Guccifer 2.0 personas to communicate with WikiLeaks through the Twitter private messaging and through encrypted channels, possibly including through WikiLeaks' private communication system. A. Now this would be 3A. WikiLeaks expressed opposition towards the Clinton campaign. WikiLeaks, and particularly its founder Julian Assange, privately expressed opposition to candidate Clinton well before the first release of stolen documents. In November 2015, Assange wrote to other members and associates of WikiLeaks that we believe it would be much better for GOP to win. Dems, media liberals would then form a bloc to rein in their worst qualities. With Hillary in charge, the GOP will be pushing for her worst qualities. Dems plus media plus neoliberals will be mute. She's bright, well-connected, sadistic sociopath. Well, she is married to Bill. In March 2016, WikiLeaks released a searchable archive of approximately 30,000 Clinton emails that have been obtained through FOIA litigation. While designing the archive, one WikiLeaks member explained the reason for building the archive to another associate. Something we'll learn about in just a second. But I wonder when they were going to bring up Hillary. He knew it was just a matter of time. We want this repository to become the place to search for background on Hillary's plotting at the State Department during 2009-2013. Firstly, because it's useful and will annoy Hillary. But second, a lot of things annoy Hillary. Oh, never mind. Firstly, because it's useful and will annoy Hillary. But secondly, because we want to be seen as a resource player in the U.S. election because it may encourage people to send us even more important leaks. WikiLeaks' first contact with Guccifer 2.0 and DC Leaks. Shortly after the GRU's first release of stolen documents through DC Leaks in June 2016, GRU officers also used the DC Leaks persona to contact WikiLeaks about possible coordination in the future release of stolen emails. On June 14, 2016, DC Leaks sent a direct message to WikiLeaks noting, "You announced your organization was preparing to publish more Hillary emails. We are ready to support you. We have some sensitive information too, in particular for financial documents. Let's do it together. What do you think about publishing our info at the same time? Thank you." Around the same time, WikiLeaks initiated communications with the GRU persona Guccifer 2.0 shortly after it was used to release documents stolen from the DNC. On June 22, 2016, 7 days after Guccifer 2.0's first releases of stolen DNC documents, WikiLeaks used Twitter's direct message function to contact Guccifer 2.0 Twitter account, suggests that Guccifer 2.0 send any new material stolen from the DNC here for us to review, and it will have a much higher impact than what you are doing. On July 6, 2016, WikiLeaks again contacted Guccifer 2.0 through Twitter's private messaging function, writing, "If you have anything Hillary related, we want it in the next 2 days, preferably because DNC is approaching and she will solidify Bernie supporters behind her." After the Guccifer 2.0 persona responded, "Oh, okay, I see." WikiLeaks also explained, "We think Trump has only a 25% chance of winning against Hillary, so conflict between Trump and Hillary is interesting." Both the GRU and WikiLeaks sought to hide their communications, which has limited the office's ability to collect all the communications between them, although it is clear the stolen DNC and Podesta documents were transferred from the GRU to WikiLeaks. The office was able to identify when the GRU, operating through its persona Guccifer 2.0 and DC Leaks, transferred some of the stolen documents to WikiLeaks through online archives and set up by the GRU. Assange had access to the internet from the Ecuadorian embassy in London, England. Ecuadorian embassy. Sorry about that. Where's my geography? On July 14, 2016, GRU officers used a Guccifer 2.0 email account to send WikiLeaks an email bearing the subject "Big Archive" and the message "A New Attempt." The email contained an encrypted attachment with the name wkdnclink1.text.gpg. Using Guccifer 2.0 Twitter account, the GRU officer sent WikiLeaks an encrypted file and instructions on how to open it. On July 18, 2016, WikiLeaks confirmed in a direct message to the Guccifer 2.0 account that it had the 1 gigabyte or so archive and would make a release of the stolen documents this week. On July 22, 2016, WikiLeaks released over 20,000 emails and other documents stolen from the DNC computer networks. The Democratic National Convention began 3 days later. Similar communications occurred between WikiLeaks and the GRU operated persona DC Leaks. On September 15, 2016, DC Leaks wrote to WikiLeaks, "Hi there, I'm from DC Leaks. How could we discuss some submission-related issues? I'm trying to reach out to you via your secure chat, but getting no response. I've got something that might interest you. You won't be disappointed, I promise." The WikiLeaks account responded, "Hi there," without further elaboration. The DC Leaks account did not respond immediately. The same day, the Twitter account Guccifer2 sent DC Leaks a direct message, which is the first known contact between the personas. During subsequent communications, well, these guys were all getting along. make of all this? Guccifer 2.0 persona informed DC Leaks that WikiLeaks was trying to contact DC Leaks and arrange for a way to speak through encrypted emails. An analysis of the metadata collected from the WikiLeaks site revealed that the stolen Podesta emails show a creation date of September 19, 2016, based on information about Assange's computer and its possible operating system. This date may be when the GRU staged the stolen Podesta emails were transferred to WikiLeaks, as the GRU had previously done in July 2016 for the DNC emails. The WikiLeaks site also released PDFs and other documents taken from Podesta that were attachments to his emails in his account. These documents had a creation date of October 2nd, 2016, which appears to be the date the attachments were separately staged by WikiLeaks on its site. Beginning on September 20th, 2016, WikiLeaks and DC Leaks resumed communications in a brief exchange. On September 22nd, 2016, a DC Leaks email account, dcleaksproject@gmail.com, sent an email to a WikiLeaks account with the subject submission and the message "Hi" from DC Leaks. The email contained a PGP encrypted message with the file name wikimail.txt.gpg. The email, however, bears a number of similarities to the July 4th, 2016 email, July 14th, 2016 email. The GRU officers used the Guccifer 2.0 persona to give WikiLeaks access to the archive of DNC files. On September 22nd, 2016, the same day of DC Leaks' email to WikiLeaks, the Twitter account DC Leaks sent a single message by WikiLeaks with a string of characters. Probably a hash token or something. The office cannot rule out the stolen documents were transferred to WikiLeaks through intermediaries who visited during the summer of 2016. For example, public reporting identified Ender Mueller as a WikiLeaks associate who may have assisted with the transfer of these documents to WikiLeaks. So they sent a private key through the email. Well, that's pretty clever. In an evil sort of way. Oh, we're still in investigative technique. Here we go. On October 7, 2016, WikiLeaks released the first email stolen from the Podesta email account. In total, WikiLeaks released 33 tranches of stolen emails between October 7, 2016 and November 7, 2016. The releases included private speeches given by Clinton, internal communications between Podesta and other high-ranking members of the Clinton campaign, and correspondence related to the Clinton Foundation. In total, the WikiLeaks released over 50,000 documents stolen from Podesta's personal email account. The last in-time email released from Podesta's account was dated March 21st, 2016, 2 days after Podesta received a spear phishing email sent by the GRU. 4. WikiLeaks statements dissembling about the source of stolen materials. As reports attributing the DNC and DCCC hacks to the Russian government emerged, WikiLeaks and Assange make several public statements designed to obscure the source of materials WikiLeaks was releasing. The file transfer evidence described above and the other information occurred during the investigation discredit WikiLeaks' claims about the source of material that it posted. Beginning in the summer of 2016, Assange and WikiLeaks made a number of statements about Seth Rich, a former DNC staff member who was killed in 2016, July. The statements about which implied falsely that he had been the source of the stolen DNC emails. On October 9, 2016, the WikiLeaks Twitter account posted announced, WikiLeaks has decided to issue a US $20,000 reward for information leading to the conviction for the murder of DNC staffer Seth Rich. Likewise, on October 25th, 2016, Assange was asked in an interview, "Why are you so interested in Seth Rich's killer?" and responded, "We're very interested in anything that might be a threat to alleged WikiLeaks sources." The interviewer responded to Assange's statement by contacting, "I know you don't want to reveal your source, but it certainly sounds like you're suggesting a man who leaked information to WikiLeaks was then murdered." Assange replied, "If there's someone who's protected character publication, that person has been murdered in suspicious..." Ooh, and then it goes black. Wow. Of course, this guy was... Circumstances, it doesn't necessarily mean that the two are connected. But it is a very serious matter. That type of allegation is very serious. It's taken very seriously by us. After the U.S. intelligence community publicly announced its assessment that Russia was behind the hacking operation, Assange continued to deny that Clinton materials released by WikiLeaks had come from Russian hacking. According to media reports, Assange told a U.S. congressman that the DNC hack was an inside job and purported to have physical proof that Russians did not give materials to Assange. See, additional GRU cyber operations. While releasing the stolen emails and documents through DC Leaks, Guccifer 2.0, and WikiLeaks, GRU officers continued to target and hack victims linked to the Democratic campaign and eventually to target entities responsible for election administration in several states. 1. Summer and fall 2016 operations targeting Democrat-linked victims. On July 27, 2016, Unit 26165 targeted email accounts connected to candidate Clinton's personal office. Earlier that day, candidate Trump made public statements that include the following. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you'll be able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press. The 30,000 emails were apparently a reference to emails described in media accounts as having been stored on a personal server that candidate Clinton had used while serving as Secretary of State. Within approximately 5 hours of Trump's statement, GRU officers targeted for the first time Clinton's personal office. After candidate Trump's remarks, Unit 26165 created and sent malicious links targeting 15 email accounts at the domain, including an email account belonging to Clinton's aide. The investigation did not find evidence of early GRU attempts to compromise accounts hosted on this domain. It is unclear how the GRU was able to identify these email addresses, accounts which were not public. Unit 26165 officers also hacked into a DNC account hosted on a cloud computing service. On September 20, 2016, the GRU began to generate copies of the DNC data using function designed to produce backups of databases referred to blah blah snapshots. The GRU then stole those snapshots by moving these guys. You might want to work on your computers. They seem pretty good. Moving them to blank account they control from there. The copies were moved to a GRU controlled computers. The GRU stole approximately 300 gigabytes of data from the DNC cloud-based account. 2. Intrusion targeting the administration of U.S. elections. In addition to targeting individuals involved in the Clinton campaign, GRU officers also targeted individuals and entities involved in the administration of elections. Victims included U.S. state and local entities such as state boards of elections, secretaries of state, and county governments, as well as individuals who work for those entities. The GRU also targeted private technology firms responsible for manufacturing and administering election-related software and hardware, such as voter registration software and electronic polling stations. The GRU continued to target these victims through the election in November 2016. While the investigation identified evidence that the GRU targeted these individuals and entities, the office did not investigate further. The office did not, for instance, obtain or examine servers or other relevant items belonging to these victims. The office understands that the FBI, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and the states have separately investigated that activity. By at least the summer of 2016, GRU officers sought access to state and local government networks, state and local computer networks by exploiting known software vulnerabilities on websites of state and local government entities. GRU officers, for example, targeted the state and local databases of registered voters using a technique known as SQL injection, in which malicious code was sent to the state or local website in order to run commands such as exfiltering database content. In one instance, in approximately June 2016, the GRU compromised the computer network of the Illinois State Board of Elections by exploiting a vulnerability in the SBOE's website. The GRU then gained access to a database containing information on millions of registered Illinois voters and extracted this data to thousands of U.S. voters before malicious activity was identified. GRU officers scanned state and local websites for vulnerabilities. For example, over a 2-day period in July 2016, GRU officers for vulnerabilities of websites of more than 24 states, but especially Illinois. So if you're a voter in Illinois, you might want to double check whether they got you or not. I learned so much from this document. So many things that happen in the world that you don't expect, that go on while you're sleeping or eating or just enjoying a good time. But don't let it worry you. Freedom reigns. So do investigative technique, apparently. We have some more investigative technique. Similar for vulnerabilities continued through the election. That's weird. Unit 74455 also sent spear phishing emails to public officials involved in election administration and personnel at companies involved in voting technology. In August 2016, GRU officers targeted employees of blank, a voting technology company that develops software used by numerous U.S. counties to manage voter rolls and install malware on the company network. Similarly, in November 2016, the GRU sent spear phishing emails to over 120 email accounts used by Florida county officials responsible for administering the 2016 U.S. election. The spear phishing emails contain an attached Word document coded with malicious software, commonly referred to as a Trojan, that permitted the GRU to access the infected computer. The FBI was separately responsible for this investigation. We understand the FBI believes that this operation enabled the GRU to gain access to the network of at least one Florida county government. The office did not independently verify that belief, and as explained above, did not undertake the investigative steps that would have been necessary to do so. D. Trump campaign and the dissemination of hacked materials. The Trump campaign showed interest in WikiLeaks releases of hacked materials through the summer and fall of 2016. Oh, there's Homie again. I think that's a different Homie. Let's see if we can maybe move this along a little bit. Can you move this along a little bit? I mean, it's fascinating stuff, except when it's black. We've been through this, though. We all know. If you're still watching, you've been with us all these pages, you know that sometimes harm, the ongoing matter, is more important than just telling us what the heck is going on here. But let's see what we get here on page. We're up to page 52. Contacts with the campaign about WikiLeaks. Oh. Well, that's no good. On June 12, 2016, Assange claimed in a televised interview to have emails relating to Hillary Clinton, which are pending publication, but provided no additional context. In debriefings with the office, former deputy campaign chairman Rick Gates said that Gates recalled candidate Trump being generally frustrated that the Clinton emails had not been found. Paul Manafort, who would later become campaign chairman, armed ongoing matter. I thought we took care of that guy. Wasn't he locked up or something? Well, we're getting into the good stuff now. You know when it's the good stuff because you can't read it. But we got a long footnote here. We don't do footnotes. I suggest get your own copy and read your own footnotes. But you can follow along with me while you're doing so. It's great for teaching the kids how to read. Great summer reading. Oh, we got a new one. Grand jury. That's a new one. We hadn't run across the grand jury before. But let's see what they got to say. Michael Cohen, former executive vice president of the Trump Organization, special counsel to Donald J. Trump, told the office that he recalled an incident in which he was in candidate Trump's office in Trump Tower. Must have been a heck of an incident. Cohen further told the office that after WikiLeaks' subsequent release of stolen DNC emails in July 2016, candidate Trump said to Cohen something to the effect of, home. According to Gates, Manafort expressed excitement about the release. Manafort, for his part, told the office that shortly after WikiLeaks' July 22nd release, Manafort also spoke with candidate Trump. Manafort also wanted to be kept apprised of any harm to ongoing matter. Now, that's a footnote. That's a harmful footnote right there. It's amazing how the stuff that's blacked out is all the stuff you want to know. I shouldn't be saying that. The boss might not like that, but the boss ain't paying. Until the boss pays, I'm saying what I want to say. And I'm saying something funny here. I think it involves the boss. You know? I'm beginning to wonder if maybe the boss isn't in a little bit of trouble. But developments with WikiLeaks, and separately told Gates to keep in touch about future WikiLeaks releases. According to Gates, by late summer of 2016, the Trump campaign was planning a press strategy, a communications campaign, and messaging based on the possible release of Clinton emails by WikiLeaks. While Trump and Gates were driving to LaGuardia Airport, shortly after the call, candidate Trump told Gates that more releases of damaging information would be coming. Trump told Gates that more releases of damaging information would be coming? Corsi is an author who holds a doctorate in political science. In 2016, Corsi also worked for the media outlet World Net Daily, WND. How did he know more releases would be coming? Oh, I know this Corsi guy. He's the Swift boat guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's kind of a liar. I know him. He likes puppets. Oh, more harm to ongoing matter. I'm not going to freak out like I did last time, though. That was bad. Oh, Corsi told the office during interviews that he must have previously discussed Assange with Malik. Oh. Well, that just kind of straightens everything out, doesn't it? According to Malik, Corsi asked him to put Corsi in touch with Assange, whom Corsi wished to interview. Malik recalled that Corsi also suggested that individuals in the orbit of UK politician Nigel Farage might be able to contact Assange and asked if Malik knew them. Malik told Corsi that he would think about the request but made no actual attempt to connect Corsi with Assange. More harm to ongoing matter. Another good one for me because, I'm paid by the page. So, don't have to read as much. And there's harm to ongoing matter. Or footnotes, which we have here. Footnotes! And I'd like to know what happens next, except with all this harm to ongoing matter, I can't follow the story. Can you? Can you follow the story? Are you guys following this story? And all I know is the Trump guy, kind of the big,
Nope, 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 nope.
That's what I thought. He knew more harmful material releases were coming. Malik stated to investigators that beginning in or around August 2016, he and Corsi had multiple FaceTime discussions about WikiLeaks, had made connection to Assange, and that the hacked emails of John Podesta would be released prior to Election Day and would be helpful to the Trump campaign. In one conversation in around August or September 2016, Corsi told Malik the release of the Podesta emails was coming, after which we were going to be in the driver's seat. Wow. Well, guess he was sort of right about that. Of course, they kind of looks like they drove it off a cliff, but they were in the driver's seat. Yeah, this page is easy money. But I'm keeping it professional, you can tell, right? I mean, I'm acting like more like I should be paid, you know?
Wow.
Like, maybe I could be paid. Anybody check on my pay? I was supposed to get a first check before I even started, and we're 56 pages in. I can see it right there, 56. See? That's a good bite out of it. I think I should be paid. Uh-oh. Well, more harm to ongoing matter. That's okay. I'm okay with it now. I'm just... did we open a newsroom behind me or something here? What's going on? What in the world? I mean, I could be Walter Cronkite. Walter Cronkite was a puppet. Good evening. How did he do all that? You remember Walter Cronkite? That's the way it was. Exactly as you see behind me. That's what he would do. He'd do that. That's the way it was. There we go. Yeah, and then he had the really cool music too. Yeah, where's that really cool music with, like, you know, I'm Walter Cronkite reporting. Isn't that what he did? Something like that. But, you know, it's tough. I can't be Walter Cronkite. Walter Cronkite wasn't green. And they discriminate against green. Hard to get a real gig and get stuck doing these readings. Because, you know, green commentators, they're not fully trusted or something, I guess. But we got more to read. 4. WikiLeaks October 7, 2016 release of stolen Podesta emails. On October 7, 2016, 4 days after the Assange press conference, the Washington Post published an Access Hollywood video that captured comments by candidate Trump some years earlier, and that was expected to adversely affect the campaign. Oh yeah, I remember those. Less than an hour after the video's publication, WikiLeaks released the first set of emails stolen by the GRU from the account of the Clinton campaign chairman, John Podesta. Oh. Kind of take your mind off the grabby stuff. That was grabby stuff. Of course, he said that because he had no direct means of communicating with WikiLeaks, he told members of the news site WND who were participating on a conference call with him that day to reach Assange immediately. Corsi claimed that the pressure was... Candidate Trump... Oh, I'm not supposed to read the footnotes. I'm going to read this footnote. Candidate Trump can be heard off camera making graphic statements about women. Was that kind of Walter Cronkite enough? I mean, that's the way it was. So what do we got next? Besides a lot of harm, the ongoing matter. Enormous! And recalled telling the conference call that Access Hollywood tape was coming. Corsi stated that he was convinced that his effort had caused WikiLeaks to release the emails when they did. In later November 2018 interview, Corsi stated that he thought he had told people on a WND conference call about the forthcoming tape and had sent out a tweet asking whether anyone could contact Assange, but then said maybe he had done nothing. Huh. The office investigated Cohen's allegations about the events of October 7, 2016, but found little corroboration for his allegation about the day. However, the phone records themselves do not indicate that the conversation was with any of the reporters who broke the Access Hollywood story, and the office has not otherwise been able to identify the substance of the conversation. However, the office has not identified any conference call participants or anyone who spoke to Corsi that day who says that they received non-public information about the tape from Corsi or acknowledging having contacted a member of WikiLeaks on October 7, 2016 after a conversation with Corsi. C. Donald Trump Jr. Interaction with WikiLeaks. Donald Trump Jr. had direct email communications with WikiLeaks during the campaign period. On September 20th, 2016, an individual named Jason Fishbein sent WikiLeaks the password for an unlaunched website focused on Trump's unprecedented and dangerous ties. I mean, they're kind of ugly ties. Those red ones he wears, they're not really dangerous. Unprecedented, yeah, they're way too long. I think they should be shorter, I think. But dangerous? Dangerous and unprecedented ties. We'll just keep that floating when we get past the redacted, blacked out stuff. Ties to Russia. PutinTrump.org. WikiLeaks publicly tweeted, "Let's bomb Iraq. Progress for American PAC to launch pumpTruton.org, PutinTrump.org at 9:30 a.m. Oops, PW is Putin Trump, PutinTrump.org. Several hours later, WikiLeaks sent a Twitter direct message to Donald Trump Jr. A PAC-run anti-Trump site, PutinTrump.org, is about to launch. The PAC is a recycled pro-Iraq war PAC. We have guessed the password. It is Putin Trump. See about for who is behind it. Any comments?" Several hours later, Trump Jr. emailed a variety of senior campaign staff. "Guys, I got a weird triggered GM from WikiLeaks. See below. I tried the password and it works, and the about section they reference contains the next pick in terms of who is behind it. Not sure if this is anything, but it seems like it's really WikiLeaks asking me as I follow them, and it is a DM. Do you know the people mentioned and what conspiracy they are looking for could be? These are just screenshots, but it's fully built out page claiming to be a PAC. Let me know your thoughts and if we want to look into it." Trump Jr. attached a screenshot of the About page for the unlaunched site PutinTrump.org. The next day, after the website had been launched publicly, Trump Jr. sent a direct message to WikiLeaks. "Off the records, I don't know who that is, but I'll ask around. Thanks." On October 3rd, 2016, WikiLeaks sent another direct message to Trump Jr. asking you guys to help disseminate a link alleging candidate Clinton had advocated using a drone to target Julian Assange. Trump Jr. responded that he already had done so and asked what's behind this Wednesday leak that I keep reading about. WikiLeaks did not respond. On October 12th, 2016, WikiLeaks wrote again that it was great to see you and your dad talking about our publication. Strongly suggest your dad tweets this link if he mentions us, wisearch.tk. WikiLeaks wrote that the link would help Trump in digging through leaked emails and stated, "We just released Podesta emails part 4. 2 days later, Trump Jr. publicly tweeted the WLSearch.tk link." So Jr. got involved. Well, you know, it's family business. What can I tell you? It's like the Corleones. Let's see what we got coming here. 2. Other potential campaign interest in Russian hacked materials. Throughout 2016, the Trump campaign expressed interest in Hillary Clinton's private email server and whether approximately 30,000 emails from that server had in fact been permanently destroyed as reported by the media. Several individuals associated with the campaign were contacted in 2016 about various efforts to obtain the missing Clinton emails and other stolen material in support of the Trump campaign. Some of these contacts were met with skepticism and nothing came of them. Others were pursued to some degree. The investigation did not find evidence that the Trump campaign recovered any such Clinton emails or that these contacts were part of a coordinated effort between the Russia and Trump campaign. Henry Konyansky, a.k.a. Henry Greenberg. Yeah, let's go with that, with Greenberg. In the spring of 2016, Trump campaign advisor Michael Caputo learned through a Florida-based Russian business partner that another Florida-based Russian, Henry Okoniansky, who also went by the name Henry Greenberg, claimed Okoniansky claimed to have information pertaining to Hillary Clinton Caputo notified Roger Stone and brokered communication between Stone and Okinyansky. Why do they call him Greenberg? Okinyansky and Stone set up a May 16 in-person meeting. Okinyansky was accompanied to the meeting by Alex Raisin, a Ukrainian associate involved in Florida real estate. At the meeting, Raisin offered to sell Stone derogatory information on Clinton that Raisin claimed to have obtained while working for Clinton. Raisin claimed to possess financial statements demonstrating Clinton's involvement in money laundering with Raisin's companies. According to Okinyansky, Stone asked if the amounts in question totaled millions of dollars, but was told it was closer to hundreds of thousands. Stone refused the offer, stating that Trump would not pay for opposition research. Okinyansky claimed to the office that Raisin's motivation was financial. According to Okinyansky, Raisin had tried unsuccessfully to shop the Clinton information around to other interested parties, and Okinyansky would receive a cut if the information was sold. Raisin is noted in public source documents as the director and or registered agent for a number of Florida companies, none of which appears to be connected to Clinton. The office found no other evidence that Raisin worked for Clinton or any Clinton-related entities. In their statements to investigators, Okinyansky and Caputo had contradictory recollections about the meeting. Okinyansky claimed that Caputo accompanied Stone to the meeting and provided an introduction, whereas Caputo did not tell us that he had attended and claimed that he was never told what information Okinyansky offered. Caputo also stated that he was unaware that Okinyansky sought to be paid for the information until Stone informed him after the fact. The office did not locate Raisin in the United States, although the office confirmed Raisin had been issued a Florida driver's license. The office was unable to determine the content and origin of the information reportedly offered to Stone. Finally, the investigation did not identify evidence of a connection between the outreach or the meeting and Russian interference efforts. Campaign efforts to obtain deleted Clinton emails. After candidate Trump stated on July 27, 2016 that he hoped Russia would find the 30,000 emails that are missing, Trump asked individuals affiliated with his campaign to find the deleted Clinton emails. Michael Flynn, who would later serve as National Security Advisor in the Trump administration, recalled that Trump made this request repeatedly, and Flynn subsequently contacted multiple people in an effort to obtain the emails. Barbara Leiden and Peter Smith were among the people contacted by Flynn. Leiden, a longtime Senate staffer who had previously sought the Clinton emails, provided updates to Flynn about her efforts throughout the summer of 2016. Smith, an investment advisor who was active in Republican politics, also attempted to locate and obtain the deleted Clinton emails. Leiden began her efforts to obtain the Clinton emails before Flynn's request as early as December 2015. On December 3, 2015, she emailed Smith a proposal to obtain the emails, stating, "Here is the proposal I briefly mentioned to you. The person I described to you would be happy to talk with you either in person or over the phone. The person can get the emails which were classified were purloined by our enemies. That would demonstrate what needs to be demonstrated." Attached to the email was a 25-page proposal claiming that the Clinton email server was in all likelihood breached long ago and that the Chinese, Russian, and Iranian intelligence services could reassemble the server's email content. The proposal called for a three-phase approach. The first two phases consisted of open source analysis. The third phase consisted of checking with certain intelligence sources that have gone through the liaison work with various foreign services to determine if any of those services had gotten to the server. The proposal noted, even if a single email was recovered and the provenance of that email was a foreign service, it would be catastrophic to the Clinton campaign. Smith forwarded the email to two colleagues and a couple footnotes. They were really after these emails. Wrote, "We can discuss to whom it should be referred. On December 16, 2015, Smith informed Leiden that he declined to participate in her initiative. According to one of Smith's business associates, Smith believed Leiden's initiative was not viable at that time. Just weeks after Trump's July 2016 request to find the Clinton emails, however, Smith tried to locate and obtain the emails himself. He created a company, raised tens of thousands of dollars, and recruited security experts and business associates. Smith made claims to others involved in the effort and those with whom he sought funding that he was in contact with hackers with ties and affiliations to Russia who had access to the emails and that his efforts were coordinated with the Trump campaign." On August 28, 2016, Smith sent an email from an encrypted account with the subject Secretary Clinton's unsecured private email server on it to an undisclosed list of recipients, including campaign co-chairman Sam Clovis. The email stated that Smith was just finishing 2 days of substantive meetings here in D.C. with involved groups to poke and probe on the above. It is clear that the Clintons' home-based unprotected server was hacked with ease by both state-related players and private mercenaries. Parties with various interests are circling to release ahead of the election. On September 2nd, 2016, Smith directed a business associate to establish KLS Research LLC in furtherance of his search for deleted Clinton emails. One of the purposes of KLS Research was to manage the funds Smith raised in support of his initiatives. KLS Research received over $30,000 during the presidential campaign, although Smith represented that he raised even more money. Smith recruited multiple people for his initiative, including security experts to search for and authenticate the emails. In early September 2016, as part of his recruitment and fundraising effort, Smith circulated a document stating that his initiative was in coordination with the Trump campaign to the extent permitted as an independent expenditure organization. The document listed multiple individuals affiliated with the Trump campaign, including Flynn, Clovis, Bannon, and some footnotes. The Smith guy was busy. Take a breath here. And our favorite, Kellyanne Conway. The investigation established that Smith communicated with at least Flynn and Clovis about his search for the deleted Clinton emails, but the office did not identify evidence that any of the listed individuals initiated or directed Smith's efforts. In September 2016, Smith and Leiden got back in touch with each other about their respective efforts. Leiden wrote to Smith, wondering if you had some more detailed reports or memos or other data that you could share, because we have come a long way in our efforts since we last visited. We would need as much technical discussion as possible so we could marry it against new data we have found, and then we could share it back to you, your eyes only. Leiden claimed to have obtained a trove of emails from what she described as the dark web that purported to be the deleted Clinton emails. Leiden wanted to authenticate the emails and solicited contributions to fund that effort. Eric Prince provided funding to hire a tech advisor to ascertain the authenticity of the emails. According to Prince, the tech advisor determined the emails were not authentic. A backup of Smith's computer contained 2 files that had been downloaded from WikiLeaks and that were originally attached to the emails received by John Podesta. The files on Smith's computers had creation dates of October 2nd, 2016, which was prior to the date of their release by WikiLeaks. Forensic examination, however, established that the creation date did not reflect when the files were downloaded to Smith's computer. It appeared the creation date was when WikiLeaks staged the document for release as discussed in Volume 1, Section 3B3 Supra. The investigation did not otherwise identify evidence that Smith obtained the files before their release by WikiLeaks. Smith continued to send emails to an undisclosed recipient list about Clinton's deleted emails until shortly before the election. For example, on October 28, 2016, Smith wrote that there was a tug-of-war going on between WikiLeaks over its planned releases in the next few days, and the WikiLeaks has maintained it will save its best revelations for last. Under the theory, this allows little time for response prior to the election, November 18, 2016. An update. I think that's what it said. I got lost. But we're in footnotes. But we're doing good. We're understanding all this. We're reading through. There's not much redact, not much blackout. No harm to ongoing matter. Email claimed WikiLeaks would release all 33K deleted emails by November 1st. No emails obtained from Clinton's servers were subsequently released. Smith drafted multiple emails stating or intimating that he was in contact with Russian hackers. For example, in one such email, Smith claimed that in August 2016, KLS Research had organized meetings with parties who had access to the deleted Clinton emails, including parties with ties and affiliations to Russia. The investigation did not identify evidence that any such meetings occurred. Associates and security experts who worked with Smith on the initiative did not believe that Smith was in contact with Russian hackers or aware of no such connection. The investigation did not establish that Smith was in contact with Russian hackers or that Smith, Leiden, or any other individuals in touch with the Trump campaign ultimately obtained the deleted Clinton emails. In sum, the investigation established that the GRU hacked into email accounts of persons affiliated with the Clinton campaign. Let's start that again. In sum, the investigation established that the GRU hacked into email accounts of persons affiliated with the Clinton campaign, as well as computers of the DNC and DCCC. The GRU then exfiltrated the data related to the 2016 election from these accounts and computers and disseminated that data through fictitious online personas, DC Leaks and Lucifer 2.0, and later through WikiLeaks. The investigation has also established that the Trump campaign displayed interest in WikiLeaks releases and that, harmed ongoing matter, as explained in Volume 1, Section VB Infra, the evidence was sufficient to support computer intrusion and other charges against GRU officers for their role in election-related hacking. And that's it for that section. Donald Trump ignores me and I don't know why. Everything the Trumpster hates rolled up into one guy. I'm sleepy and I'm nasty and I'm shady too, but not recused like Sessions. Was his name Magoo? Just like crooked Hillary or maybe lying Chuck. But no matter what I try, Don don't give a fuck. But I ain't no nervous Nancy or no sleazy Adam Schiff. Someone tell me how to get this ass to give a shit. I'm all for higher taxes and I'm all for higher crime. Think cheating Obama did the job just mighty fine. I like crazy Bernie, I like Pocahontas too. Just like Dickie Durbin, I ain't your mama's fool. Donald Trump ignores me and I don't know why. I'm everything the Trumpster hates rolled up into one guy. Lying, leaking, heartless, slimeball, slippery, sanctimonious, here for all to see.